Shall I greet you, my country people? I throw a salute now on a day.
So of course, many talking points around the world of sport that this makes sense. And more evening, around our evening be this one. Since morning, we don't even have several matches they play. And the most start up with the first one. With news we play around that kind of 10 o'clock. Two make sense movements of around two big clubs, getting two midfielders today. Now, first of all, the man, what do they call Romeo Lavia, officially become Chelsea player today. Now, Lavia, many took on the fact that this guy feels sit down for bench, but great player for Chelsea.
When I look Romeo Lavia, for me personally, I think say now player we still they develop, player where you see say, wow, this guy get prospect. You see the sabi there for everybody. You don't understand. Right now, we never see the ceiling. We never know where the player go play reach. But what we don't see.
Young.
Yeah, what we don't see so far. Just 19. He don't already break enter the Belgium national team also
yes.
too. And if you watch him unveiling today in the talk with in senior bra Eden Hazard, maybe like say play for Chelsea also too. I know say maybe Hazard don't still give her one or two advice when they want pick clubs. Yeah,
go for like, Chelsea. Chelsea get long-term plan. So long-term plan. If you work with a long-term plan.
I mean, we don't even still forget the last mostly talk truth. Chelsea go pay more money.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, now the same football he wants to keep for Liverpool.
But
money now, players then they use the money to play.
Many people debate that fact of the Lavia guy. The fact say yes, he move go play ball for Chelsea, and the fact say maybe if he did bench, but even for move go Liverpool, maybe sure start for the guy, and the fact say now bench if he's down for Chelsea.
Many people don't talk about that one, but totally I don't go agree because na top club, the two club na top club. Competition must always be for top club for places. As in most top club, no player go say I guess security, like say my name must always be starting 11. Even Kevin De Bruyne herself has seen good we know say this guy na baba for midfield. Pep self they put him for bench for some kind of match based on rest. Don't worry, other people still need to play. You they get so, but I don't think saying don't do that level when be like say any club when in go say I get shit. But maybe, just maybe if you go Liverpool, if I'm playing more.
Now more talk about
Chelsea too. They still need
more talk about Liverpool. Liverpool today also been confirmed the man. Many Chelsea fans say they don't go find their own Endo. Japanese captain, 30 years of age, and the fact say yes, this man maybe he gets experience. On top, talk about midfield, defensive midfield matters. But some believe say you allow Fabinho 29 come out and you bring in 30 years old man. And whether this guy fee pick from EPL and a total different game, they get the call from Stuttgart from Germany. How his performance fee be with Liverpool?
That matter concerning Endo when Liverpool sign, I look and say na short-term replacement that Liverpool do, so not be long-term replacement because like you talk, Fabinho wait and said 29 years. If they want look to okay, I want bring in player, we be like say go play for this position for many years. Players suppose at least see they a little bit younger, but make some people know, many people know write this player off because of his price tag. We know say many times when they sign players, some fans they look the price tag, but not be every player with they sign with big money they perform well at the end of the day. This guy too now player with like you talk experienced player. Don't they play for the Japan national team for a long time. People where they watch Bundesliga well. Some people still sabi
the tackles the guy they make and everything.
This guy is still good. But with the team with Liverpool, with that move, the way I look at say their priority targets, they know some of them know they are available because according to some rumors we hear, we don't know how true. Liverpool be going to knock Real Madrid door for Chaumini.
Yeah, Chaumini.
But this man, Papa, what's his name? Papa Perez.
Yeah.
Papa Perez said and make them come out before and go cut out bully.
Because once he cut out bully, the guy don't go to. So, but now nice one to see how Liverpool won't take arrange their team for midfield. Liverpool midfield, we watch against Chelsea. We see Liverpool they leak anyhow, and they must look for how they fit just get that midfielder if it just run matters for them. Now, more would just leave this matters for now. Different talking points. More just whether we talk 1 or 2, 3, 4 games for those who listen to us for radio. If we go, then we'll fit continue. Now more we'll talk about. We'll get different EPL games we will play over this weekend. More will start up with Liverpool Bournemouth. Now Liverpool. Talk about Liverpool just now. Last time we see Liverpool and Bournemouth play for the EPL. Liverpool been teach Bournemouth's big lesson. Now with a situation where Liverpool they get a leaking midfield and every whether it go feel affect them when they play for Anfield. We watch them against Chelsea. We don't really enjoy how the midfield have been playing and every the striking side for Liverpool not really too sharp up. Nunes they really connect well. They come from the bench when they play against Chelsea. Salah been there. It can't be a Salah when they tire small, or I don't say that frustration, I know it's what frustration, but Bournemouth can they reach in leg. But they play against Bournemouth, you feel say they pick their first 3 points for the season.
The way they look at, not be say they look Bournemouth less, but I believe say the quality we Liverpool get, it go too much for Bournemouth to hold for 90 minutes. So I tip Liverpool to get short 3 points for that game.
3 points Liverpool for that game, of course. Liverpool go get 3 points. And when we talk about that game again, that big one. Tottenham against Man U tomorrow. Now
that game will catch fire, Gary Richard.
We watched Tottenham last game.
See good football for the game.
We watched Tottenham last game where they've been draw their last game for the EPL. We see Tottenham against Bedford. To Tottenham they get this a bit of defensive challenges. The striking force never gel well.
Man U too. Now small thing come out there for draw.
Now we go Man U. We go Man U. You know, with Tottenham their striking side never gel well. The combination of Richarlison and Son Heung-min never really did well. You know, we see these two guys, they struggle to get themselves together, and now that they play against a Man U team, Man U also they get their own struggles. We watch the game, we know say that still a penalty. Waiting happen Unana and the Wolves players. We know say that na pure penalty. No matter what you can reach tomorrow na penalty with that one. We know that one. Now it don't happen, you don't go. Now Tottenham big test for the Australian manager Postecoglou, where they coach Tottenham, and Eric Ten Hag himself too. With that initial graduate waiting catch him last season, and if Man U it starts well, they don't start well, but starts well against Tottenham.
Well, for Man U performance for the first game, Man U never kicked the season where the way people they expect them, because after the game I still put out 1 or 2 posts for the social media lifestyle. The Man U fans then when I interact with their interaction, they say they know this performance no they up to the bar where they don't raise for a team like Manchester United. So they expect more. So going into that game with Tottenham Hotspur, many Man U fans would expect the team to play better than what they play, because if they play the way they play against their last game against Wolves,
they go collect. They go concede
because Wolves no get people to score the goal.
Casemiro for the midfield of Man U can't be like say Casemiro no they get that vibes again. And I know they fear this matter because
but I just one game now.
Now still one game, but I still get that fear before that one game. Casemiro age matters. Don't be the field they hit up again, and Casemiro need that other midfielder we easily cover for, because we're not going to expect Casemiro to play.
Now make Man U sign Mason Mount now.
Calm down now.
Mason Mount.
Calm down. For that game, whether Mason Mount played the game against Wolves, we don't know. Because they find Mason Mount for inside the field. So no they call Mason Mount, because Mason Mount.
No guy you want to talk about this thing when you just talk now. So now I believe that the reason why they signed a player like Mason Mount, because a younger player complements the qualities when Casemiro gets. Mount, they look Mount like player we normally supposed to get the engine to do that box to box role. Cover for Casemiro when
this shoes where they call they should big well.
No.
He big.
And now why man you pay big money? Nobody small money they sign Mr. Mount. So the expectation they high. What people they expect from Mount?
You sign Mount right now. You give a number 7 jersey, and the Mount right now. We're not trying based on one game, but we know say the Man U team to show yourself for that side number one not be easy one. The midfield, because of the midfield performance last season, they're very good. And you bring Mount there. You say Mount, to help who you want help for the midfield, because we watched that game. We don't see Mount anywhere, and the fact maybe some of the fans of mine just quiet, and we'll just give Mount in first game, we'll see him for the second game, we'll see him for the third game, fourth game, and everybody focus on Mount. Mount and Unana will be the two focus for Man U, because Unana said the ban saying good for leg. You understand? And God save him that day, said they don't blow that in penalty. If not, they never allow that guy rest. Because if they blow that in penalty.
But beside that
he did good.
In general, Unana was he did
good. But imagine that penalty thing be happen. If it just last kick of the game, if it just spoiled everything. Now Man will move come up from that side. Now one club where feel surprised everybody this season. I'm not talking they did too early, because they do have last season. Newcastle. Now Newcastle, let me say Arsenal fans should calm down. Newcastle against City against Newcastle. Now we watch City against Sevilla. Now City against Sevilla, they miss one man. Kevin De Bruyne, no they available for talk about the midfield of the club that they call City. And we see Alvarez, combination, Twitter Alvarez in Palma and every try to just arrange, the man Pep, where they try to do hits on 1 or 2 things, but what if it happen? Did they miss this key man? Injury, not long-term injury. What will be the perfect replacement of the man they call Kevin De Bruyne for this City? City they play against very tough Newcastle. Newcastle they top the EPL table. No call on one game, but they top the EPL table.
Like you talk, Gary Richard, Newcastle and a team when they don't show, so they're going to be hard not for people to crack. We don't see them from last season, and if you look the transfer business we they do, they try to tell you say them they want to improve their team. better pass what he did last season. And you talk about Kevin De Bruyne. To me, I think say Kevin De Bruyne now be the player when they make every other player they tick for Manchester City with the way they play. So definitely the team go miss Kevin De Bruyne. But we will not forget say Pep na baba at the end of the day. Him go still find one way when be like saying how call him the man too sabi. So me I dey expect, I dey wait to see, but I know say it go affect the team. But I dey wait to see how Pep go react because how he go switch in tactics pass. Because you know that period when that season when Kevin De Bruyne injured, we see how Gundogan come dey play.
Yes.
Gundogan
come be the man we come they move forward, give pass. No Gundogan again right now. So
many people they believe say like a problem go day. But
yes.
we wait to see what Pep go do with what he gets.
He
and
play Alvarez for back.
He
play Alvarez for back. Alvarez go there, go fit creative enough to.
They still get what's his name? Phil Foden.
Phil Foden, yes, Phil Foden still there. Phil Foden get chance to play from wing, play from behind striker. So if he look for if he arrange him, but it go be tough game against Newcastle. Now pick who go win.
Make I talk from the Arsenal side now. Normally, for paper,
it's hard for Arsenal. It's too early for Arsenal fans to talk about.
Okay. I'm going to say my mama soup not sweet now. Wait, I want to talk from the Arsenal side. From the Arsenal side, I want to make the match redraw. Draw go too sweet for me for that match. But on paper, Man City is still the favorite team to win. But if I want to use small bias, stay put my gift for inside. That game's supposed to be draw. 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw. Newcastle try against City. Tottenham Man, you win. Who will win?
Tottenham Man, that one go tough too. I still think say if he go be draw or we might see Man U to nick him.
So Man U if you just push one goal and just
1-0 or 2-1.
1-0. Okay, we'll shift from that side. We'll talk about Arsenal now. Arsenal and their season. The man Timber don't pick up injury, so Timber they off for now. You know, and that means. We know we see Timber play football. They say 4 months, some say 3 months. Depend on how fast the player if just recover. Now they play against Crystal Palace, but Arsenal show us good football. Somehow good football against Nottingham Forest. Some will still criticize them, say they did lucky. You know, maybe if Tyra want you for come in early, Tyra want you for maybe look for high feet, you know, still win the help them score. But Arsenal this season, Timber out. And Arsenal will get a bit of defensive challenges last season and we think affect them. But how you feel say your club, Arsenal, if you just, you know, use corner body or anyhow, do well on top football matters?
That game for me, because the game against Crystal Palace go tough. Because anytime when Arsenal they play Crystal Palace, it's always tough. Now last season be the first time in many years when Arsenal don't do home and away against them, get 6 points. So Arsenal fans go they hope say they go feel repeat what they repeat last season because some people see they believe say Arsenal are just that what they do last season are just one season wonder.
Yeah.
But Arsenal fans see they believe say their team go compete against this again this season. So Crystal Palace away for Arsenal are always tough game for Arsenal. So but that Urian Timber we don't get that injury, so that ACL injury, painful one, disappointing one, because player will be like say since you know we had Arsenal shirt, all the team when they do not won't get it. As an Arsenal fan, personally I think say now him be Arsenal signing of the season. But you go advise Arsenal enter the market before definitely because if they don't enter the market, now the same situation when they did last season, now the team go back to. You never strengthen, you see they the same place. And the opponents where you they follow the one drag, the people where you they follow one drag, they be top teams. People who don't strengthen their team. Even Man City will be like say, see how their defense did the back. Yes. They still use how many millions?
Yes,
take buy Gavidio, come strengthen their defense. So Arsenal need to look into the market, bring in one player because maybe person that they pray for a bad team. Anything go do Gabriel, anything go do Saliba. So they must get defender. But I guess Crystal Palace, we're hosting the oldest coach we get for the EPL right now. We're hosting. Now they coach Crystal Palace. Now he be senior man and everything. We think maybe he could just do one season come out, but he did there. Now they play away. Crystal Palace, Arsenal, who go win the match? Crystal Palace, Arsenal. I think Arsenal go win that one. 2-0 or 2-1 for me.
Arsenal win.
Arsenal to win 2-0.
Arsenal win 2-0. Oh yeah, more go.
Why you did laugh?
This one just call Arsenal to win. It no go very easy game.
But I don't think it's not gonna be easy.
It not gonna be easy game because Arsenal, it not be easy game, and Crystal Palace fit just pull that shock, and Arsenal must be very, very careful because the way they go, they must be very, very careful. Arteta must switch from that informal game plan where he gets last season. That game plan normally when he tries just to do, you know, you get ball from midfield or you look
But if you this talking about switching from game plan. If you look the 2 games where Arsenal don't play for the season, including the Community Shield. The way Arteta set up in team against Man City different
not be
from
same.
the way he set up in team against Nottingham Forest.
Yes, but because that now they challenge what they get last season. When they play one pattern of football, and better everybody can understand everything. When you just get Odegaard just get ball, you go find where Martinelli did, Saka did, they cross the ball, who they middle there, you score the goal. So if they fit just change that pattern, if it help them. But what we say it will happen. Now on Sunday also too, we get talk about London derby. Now West Ham go play against Chelsea. Now we watch Chelsea, and I would like me to feel small to talk about this Chelsea club, now Chelsea Football Club. Now we watch Chelsea first game against Liverpool. And I will talk one thing. I did very, very impressive. I did very impressed. I say it's impressive. Impressed with the thing I see Chelsea play. This Chelsea team don't improve. Chelsea don't they organize from their defense side, to their midfield, where we see they play very, very good football matters. And of course, if Chelsea continue like this, because they never gel. Still you pick here, you put me the can't play ball. If Chelsea continue like this, they play against West Ham. If it continue like this, they feel shock everybody. We will say play against Liverpool. If they continue, they feel shock everybody. Now they play against West Ham. West Ham, of course, talk about they do well last season, sell their key man, Declan Rice out of the club and every. But Chelsea they organize. One particular man for Chelsea, I'll talk about this man called Jackson. Jackson a great player where many Chelsea fans never really realize. This is Jackson sabi ball. Sterling, but that they will carry Kane, chase till they come up for that club. I don't know what Sterling.
Senior man, we don't want to play up to the level of senior man.
Sterling never did ready to improve. But against West Ham, Chelsea fits conquer West Ham.
Chelsea West Ham go tough. Just like Arsenal and what's it called? Arsenal Palace. That game also now still just the Chelsea game, if I did correct, that game now London derby. The game against West Ham.
Yeah, West Ham, London.
Now London derby. So that game go always tough against West Ham. But what thing I see with Chelsea play against Liverpool, I did impressed personally. I see Chelsea they play good football. Talking about Jackson from preseason, when I watch him for preseason, I don't believe Chelsea get player in their hands with Jackson. You understand? But the problem where they look for Jackson are the support system we could do, especially with that Nkuku. Now, if Nkuku day, I believe Nkuku for playing behind Jackson will bring more creativity. So Jackson, a player like our ability, they need to see the ball, they need to get supply. So then where player like Enzo and the other guys. Waiting Enzo play for that Liverpool game.
As in Enzo, what's happened to Enzo? But one thing about Enzo don't they play that defensive midfield for Chelsea. We see Enzo play central.
If he play him, but if you look at for Benfica, he play more of the box to box.
Yes,
central midfield.
So we see him play that central midfield for against Liverpool, and we see this guy control the game. And if Enzo fit continue like that, if they get Caicedo now go push. Caicedo go push, go the normal defensive, and we'll see
Enzo will get freedom
to move forward, and be more offensive, and why Caicedo sit down for back to hold everything. So the way Chelsea they play out to be, Chelsea fish pull the big shocker. Now, don't forget to live for Facebook. If you drop your messages, drop your predictions, and we get some predictions already here. On no go, I say Arsenal 1, Crystal Palace 1. I like this kind of prediction. Now, safe prediction. Arsenal 1, Crystal Palace 1. So anyhow, it will be like because now a very tough game. We go see how that one go play. Now, more we'll see if we feel switch. I think we don't talk about them. We feel switch. Go the La Liga, and more we just talk about. Maybe just Real Madrid from the La Liga. Now, Real Madrid, they play against Almeria. Now, Real Madrid get this shining boy, the boy from Dortmund. Now, with a shout, EPL, yes. Great players. This young star, the fact this guy gets several years ahead of him. When they be buy him from, and Bellingham for come out from Dortmund, we'll be shouting the money too much. But I tell you something, right now, most of us don't calm down because the guy's speed and every, now blessings to the Real Madrid team.
Talking about the Real Madrid, Oga Richard, I believe say Real Madrid, them the club when they don't settled for the next 10 years. What they not do for grand in terms of their transfer business. See what it mean name Jude Bellingham. How many years he did? In the next 10 years, how many years Bellingham go did?
Yes, Bellingham. Yes.
See Tchouaméni.
Yes, Tchouaméni.
See Valverde.
Young guys.
The boy when they signed from Brazil to Hendrick.
Kendrick.
Hendrick. When they don't sign already. See the other one when they signed from from Turkey too, from Fenerbahce also. That young boy too. So what this is all these things where Madrid they do, and they see the way some other clubs they move for England. They think on they shame me say all these people now they see what Madrid they secure all these young stars now before they go reach next 3 years. Next 3 years, how much you think say?
But I think say the same thing, same thing what these people they do also to Chelsea, because Chelsea they send young and Chelsea they give that 8 years contract. So long-term contracts, if you buy the player, the player will deal with us and everything. But Real Madrid get this transition matter. The way they make sure that I won't use pass. The transition from the old players to the young players, the way they mix them together, and for the young players they pick up, and so everybody just they play together. But the La Liga this season, Real Madrid they, Barcelona they. But which of the clubs did they see to pull the big one?
You see last season, you see what Xavi do with Barcelona. I believe I did keep my eye on Barcelona also. Say this season, and not go stay easy. And why I would lean towards Barcelona side more? We see what Lewandowski do last season. Madrid without Benzema, we never really know how it would be. Because
true talk.
Benzema, we know what thing they bring to this Madrid team. Maybe because he just they score goals. You see him assist. You see how he make everybody where they around them better. So, but now no Benzema now. The shoes when Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo, what be the other striker name where they signed, Joselo, the Spanish international, Mariano also too. The shoes when all these people need to fit. A very big shoe.
A very big shoe because now where they fear the Benzema replacement. But more not forget, Akpos, we get this same fear when Ronaldo come out. We get the same fear. Say maybe they fit struggle. Then we may God forgive some of us. We look down on Benzema.
No, but personally, I know they look down on Benzema. No,
I say some of us. I know some people look down on Benzema. People look down and say, oh Benzema now we know say Benzema no too. They hide under the shadow of Ronaldo. But we see how Benzema come out. Now we know this guy Vinicius Junior more as that winger. Whether he go come to face the big shoe of Benzema. Now they talk with that. But the fact say Barcelona themselves, they hope to build the way they start last season. Xavi go hope say, yes, this season may dominate the La Liga, stamping feet well for that one, for that league. Whether it fits one, that will be the big question.
Now the question mark right there for there because say Xavi now I need to show people say last season no be mistake. You understand? I need to repeat them again. But we can also still forget Barcelona too also see they lose players. They don't lose Dembele. Yeah, many people they talk to Dembele they injure. But the Dembele they play with the same contribution. Also we could not forget that one. Even if saying they get
Dembele go play 2 games, get injury for 7 games.
But when he go come in contribution with the same.
But I know like Dembele I don't know. In movement to Barcelona, one of the I don't call it worst transfer movements, but because the guy don't really enjoy football. Because if I show man, call it worst. If I call it work hazard, so but he don't really enjoy in game for that side. Now, more will switch to the Italian Serie A. Italian Serie A, of course, they said to start, and we don't see the competition for the Italian Serie A. Juventus, they win them back to back. We see how Inter Milan become winner. We see AC Milan, and now Napoli themselves also too. They show themselves well on top football matters. Napoli, of course, get our Nigerian brother for that side, Victor Osimhen. Of course, it is sure safe to Osimhen go. At least for now, I go remain with the club that they call. Talk about Napoli. But waiting, I really ask myself, we feel on that twist again for the Italian Serie A this season. Napoli. The Chinese, Korean guy, Korean defender, Kim, where they sell, go give Bayern. What we call him the injury for the defense. He comes to replace Koulibaly for that side, and we see even if some talk about the fact where Koulibaly leave Napoli with shouts and everything, but we see how Kimbe hold matters well for the defensive line. Now, any twist will happen for the Serie A this season. Maybe one of these clubs will just pull big surprise because right now it's open between Juventus, Napoli. AC Milan, Inter, anybody feel winner?
Personally, for the start, as it's still on paper, I go see the tip my brother Victor Osimhen because you understand we must still clap on for our own too. So I go to see the poor high for Napoli say them fit stay with them again, but I no go also forget another club where another Nigerian international don't move go, which is AC Milan. We don't get
Samuel Chukwueze, yes,
Chukwueze for 1 week, Rafael Leo for the other week.
Yeah,
you understand?
Yes. And now AC Milan now one team will go just pull big surprise. Yes.
Too. So look the players when they get, even though many people talk say they don't lose Telani, but still look the recruitment when the players when they still bring in and the team where they see the build they come from last season also too. You see say Champions League, they still show some quality, they still go fast. So and we not go also still forget Juventus. They be still a dark horse.
Yes,
and
the dark
Inter
horse,
Milan
yeah.
still there for the picture too. So, but interestingly, I would like to see how that one. But if you ask me, as at this time now, I believe they could be between Napoli or AC Milan.
In Napoli, I think AC Milan will be the one who will really shock many people because AC Milan, they don't really arrange their team. And Samuel Chukwueze, you know, we'll talk about Samuel Chukwueze. We need to read comments and everything. We'll talk about Samuel Chukwueze. Samuel Chukwueze don't push this big move to that club, right? Good for him and everything. But can Samuel Chukwueze improve on this one matter? Samuel Chukwueze, in last ball, na in problem. Now, permit me to call him, say, in there for a bigger stage from Villarreal.
True talk.
AC Milan.
Because, like, the thing about Chukwueze, I love the player. That player went sabi. We see what they do. But the only issue, the only but we did for inside Chukwueze there now, consistency.
Yeah.
We see Chukwueze play for top level, you understand? You go get one good match, some run of good games. But some other games, you go, they surprise, say whether this Chukwueze quality where you know, this Chukwueze where you see against Real Madrid last season, when in the score bad goal, when he do this thing, now he play like this. So what he need going to a club like Milan, like you talk, club like Milan now is step up. So he need consistency. He need to play well for a long period of time for the season. You know they're easy to keep form for the full season, but keep that form for a long period of time.
Pass your ball well and make sure say you fit. Because I'm going to take some messages if we fit before we round up. Elvis, Obi say Arsenal 3, Crystal Palace 1. I don't say you will like that one. I don't think Sterling is ready to improve. He needs to be sent out on loan. I think I agree with him. Maybe send him on loan. I bet greet your guy Akpos for me. Akpos, they greet you.
I greet him too.
And okay, we don't take this one. Good job. Okay, God bless you. Okay. Okay, most of it takes some from here. Ahmed say Chelsea to win West Ham 2-0. Is it possible? I'm predicting Arsenal to win Crystal Palace 2-1. So everybody predicts Arsenal to win Crystal Palace. So possibly Arsenal if just beat Crystal Palace.
We'll say as it go be now. Monday we'll go know how far.
Now Monday we'll go know how far it won't be like. Thank you, Akpos, for joining this Makes Sense evening. And of course, you will join us for Facebook. You really, really make sense.